Yo, Yamamo, Aquabashon, Koso, Ediba POG Media. So, yes, I feel no about over subscribe now. While like age media, no idea, my bit so I shade media now for and so answer. Akabian, please click on the notification bell. No, Sunday be the news be at a platform. No, so also won't the echo any day air by Uncle Yensen. Yamfa in some Dodonano, and yet the Embra, ye bought Eddie a ra a K.Taylor, a catching the K.Taylor at the Ababa to Ghana, the Echen Cree, not just say emu me say NPP me be a chemu about 2 minutes just say figures nyamba bontin kwa na NPP dia ba bontin people be wondering say Akuffo we omunya figures ni free hin na bi bo mabaso e bi so speculate ekeka ne omuya de omope ene ejebo eja enya ba bedu K.Taylor e de san Akuffo ya na omo hye ekira omudi sa abone afosem yi ama chese na omo ye dey chese omo scamming Akuffo omo threatening Akuffo omo kum eye Akuffo just to bring NPP on power no chese san Akuffo yi ene wada omo nyina edi ana asa wate omo to wode omo ho nsema be dey abetuja na enwasem ne say NPP akuku danfo no dodo na emma ewo mbite se wasafoma afo ene omo maka no omo maye dey eka ho yenko nkoku tie yensema K.Taylor ede tuja fasa ansebu.
All right, now let's take it off what we came to discuss today, and it's got to do with the hacking NPP for uses some gentlemen in Ghana to do. Now, let me show you. Some Brantiwe, baby, see them as criminals. I am coming to show you faces of people who are hacking. About 80% of Ghana celebrities, politicians, the clergy, and the judiciary, their phones have been hacked, and most of them they know. Majority of them are being blackmailed by these gentlemen I'm going to talk about. Me say majority of the judges in Ghana and the clergy. Me say sa boys we are NPP for edi ejuma amo mo so munye. That is what they do, and these are the boys who cloned 2020 elections. Results nearby no. So results na omo intercepted results no, and they were at the end of the day omo na omo DB kika ho eyi bi frima na easy for no to be gina so omo system no cut off. It's easy for say the network went off no, they direct all of these results no from the regional no, and into make creating regional and sanaba national. The reason why they did that no say they had to divert all the results to these men. Omudi government agency equipment and na omudi airday omudi diabone. There are some. I've spoken to about 2 judges, and their Supreme Court judges when they sit on any case they cannot vote contrary to what the Chief Justice will vote. You lie bad. They have basically been able to some are suffering from Ghana no, and one pastor also very careful. Any pastor, your friend saying, Reverend Kofi Odru, yeah, he is their next. They will hack him. They will send. Before was a member group. No matter send the links in the group. Moi, mubi mo Jimina. Na mujejina group. Yes, here bomb paye. Obia send the links. Now I could press so. So I do hack you. And that is what they have done to most of Asori form Peniforno, any judge form Peniforno. People's personal life, both of you pictures no more you videos then they start to use it against you. And there are so many judges in Ghana, they cannot talk. And I know about 12, they cannot talk. And some of them personally they have spoken to me, say, Kevin, this is the situation, we can't do anything. Because BB Kim, they'll put the videos out. Obia or the personal life. Obia or Nyoma or behind the scenes. And that is what these people do. These people sometimes could be this alpha hour. Into what's on my drop a link. Obedience quotation. Also, group we see gospel a prayer group. Or school group, you must be a drop a link. That is how. But I want to say this. These gentlemen, this man. This guy, his name is Benjamin Ansa. We are a very dangerous guy. So Benjamin Ansa, anyway, the company who computers in Komo. So I do phone da say or check it also. So I do laptop da. He is in your laptop. Mameka you been shown. If you are Ghanaian today in Ghana, not this gentleman called Benjamin Ansa. Me be my mom in the background. Me be mom in the background. clone 2020 elections. 2020 election results, it came to them before it came to the EC. And that is where Anoche NCA, that is where they were getting their results. Majority of the radio stations, they were getting results from these guys. They were not getting it from EC. And at the point, NPP said they were able to collate the elections results before even the EC. Because the EC knew that the elections were going to go to these people. These people were going to look at the numbers, clone the numbers into 60,000 for NDC or 32,000. No, I done no. NPP, the NA 15,000, or 51,000. And Tubawu said the pink sheet on the ground, East one, you could see there is no connection. But Tobeka said, Nani is sending also saying you're sending these are the boys. Now, before I go on, I'm going to show you another person. This guy, his name is Kojo Osafo Mafu. Very diabolic, dangerous guy. Let me tell you, he knows his job. And when I say he knows his job, we have dig this guy about America. He's good at his job, and he's taking advantage of that. And this guy, the number of people and that this boy is duping. No, he's into the director when it comes to cybersecurity or NCA. This is the guy who puts together the master plan. Now, the reason why I'm doing this in English, you've heard me speak a little bit of English, is because we are going to petition the IEEE. Osafuma Fubanye. These are the criminals in Ghana who are destroying this nation. Now, before I go to Benjamin, Ansano, let me tell you a little about this guy. Now, the NPP, what they have done now, and they say, you see this guy, it was recently the director of cybersecurity. Yes, no, or a lecturer at Sh0ck University. I don't even know. Now, this guy is making millions. And this guy's expertise, say, he has good experience in mobile chips and what we call component security. The reason why I'm doing this is because he has gone against the international rules and regulations. And the license is what he's using to commit crimes in Ghana. This boy. His name is Kojo Osafo Mafu. 2020 elections, he won elections. Now, his expertise in mobile chips, he knows how he can create different kinds of platforms and networks. They sit on Dijumano. He is the mastermind behind it. And normally you don't see him. The reason why I show the name say, when you go into the ethics of IEEE, Institute for Electrical and Electronic Engineers, a well-recognized institution he's part of. He has that license. Now, Adebakwa, the IEEE hates is to use the license to suppress people, to use the license to commit a crime. And this is what this boy, Otigana, because ne papa the advisor to the president, this is what he is doing in Ghana. They are manipulating Ghana over national security, tapping into people's phones, tapping into people's offices, data. This boy is the guy who sits behind and say, I've created this, use this. 2020 elections, he is the one on the distracted system, he is the one who was able to make sure, say, cloning numbers. Now, the funny thing about this guy is say, build the tools. He builds different kinds of tools. And because the tools are platforms, sensitive ones are, you did to me institutions, you to me real data. That's why I'm saying a petition has been put together because the evidence we have with his connection. So what he has tried to do is say, every time he does this, he stays away. And today, you no more can catch him say, I will do it, but do not make anything linked to me, but mistakenly with Jano. You see, this world, obia time eba, And when your time is ripe, now what he does normally, say, so we study it, we do some time be. Oboha or say, my Facebook, ya Jeffrey Minsem, this is the guy. Obi because of Twitter, they have struck me. Your creative account so from me is this guy. They are basically suppressing free speech. And this is the guy they are using. And normally, he is quiet and he is the one who builds the tools. In fact, Nepa Pani or Safumafu. And in weeks to come, this guy, his license will be taken from him. He is a criminal. He's using this opportunity, or this server Ghana, no, he's using this opportunity to destroy this nation. And internet NPP vote me catch say, oh, you better win elections, you know, but the strategy we be winning. These are the people they are talking about. Sakwa way, he had a problem on internet. You can say Starlink internet in the buy. He didn't like it because every election, biano, use Ghana internet normally conducting. Now, what happens? And then they say, the moment you are on Ghana's internet, they will be able to hack your system. And internet NC and Omkofa they are not free America, but in Ghana, and they took this boy and put him there. When I the enemy of the state, when I can fuel station, you don't let him go. When you share petrol go, when say kurono. These are the people blackmailing judges. Into YouTube say, and in the history of Ghana, you'll be a friend a unanimous FC. It is because of these boys. They have a lot. They have a lot on the judges, and through this boy and the Benjamin guy I'm about to talk about, almost a blackmailing judges. Asofu bi Ghana come to me because they are asofu Ghana. They are cause to me Oko peace counselor almost these boys have their private conversations and their life. They use that to threaten them. And in the 2020 elections, the EC could not give you definite numbers because the NCA. What we call the guys, come. It's time for us to do the job, Mombra. The NCA, the National Security, and what we call the Bureau of National Communication, and BNC, NCA, NI before during elections, and James sent to me, Mamo, the right election results because these were the people who had to work on the numbers. They had to work on the results before the EC gets it. Into Mubusa NDC for Mubusa, Omo representing NDC war, strong room or EC war now. At a point, the system wasn't bringing anything. The moment the system goes down quiet, it means they have moved all the numbers. There's a diversion. They are cloning the numbers. And into the NCA for they were the ones churning out the numbers. And into the Anoche Eco BA, a whole day. Result center ma NPP almost omunya numbers no say Paul Adomochi went to ND's NPP4 baby anom collect some results no ebusa Anochi say some numbers there. I think Techiman South Anochi could not give the answer because the numbers it wasn't coming from ECU, it was coming from these people. Messiah, give me that video. That was that video a man, Ghana for a smarter. A whole number who said the numbers that were coming to the east, it was being manipulated by these people. It was being manipulated by NCA, NIB, and BNC. These were the people who were giving you the results. Into Poladomoche, Echo Ra and NPP4 Coalition Center, Emobusa Anoche results be screening, so Anoche could not give answer because so see. The numbers there are numbers that you are getting from the ground, which have been certified. Why couldn't you give an answer? Because Nasanko we aim to mean certified numbers in the man. And I know my team will find a video and they'll give to me. A very, 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 very common video. Paul Adomotre went to a NPP4 Coalition Center. Now, I'm sure I did. So this guy, who I will name be a catcher and say, he should be ready. He's going to answer questions. He's committing one of the craziest crimes on earth. Obeko jail. This boy, Bonia with Dio Ghana, Bonia with Dio Ghana. Now, let me show you this. I spoke about this guy. Every person who has been abducted in Ghana is this guy. So I want to say, Akwachi Obi, Yehuno, National Security for Asmo Obi, in Kofobi de Kaba, it is Ben Ansa. This guy. Or no, ni position, oye, Juma, BNC, Bureau of National Communication. Now, let me show you how he made his way up there. Way, a crobiemwa, and could be sharing also the baby bonitrim, or a dangerous guy. Hey? Through this guy, ya teaching Kofo Bibrigan and maybe more. Bongo ideas number children. It was this guy who instructed. It is this guy, and I have the facts to tell you. Bongo ideas some children number children and me. I Huawei NMA instructions. NPP are buying. So what is your chill be na you be your wa? It is this guy. And this guy is the guy who basically is out there doing all the crazy stuff. Oh, say, Osafuma for Bana make sure on the picture first, no. Oh no, because of the IEE, you know, or joining, no, because on him say rules, no, and man, he always stays back. This is the guy who basically works for Jubilee House, and his job is simple. His job is to suppress people in Ghana. Now, how did he get to where he is now? Akwawe na oye a mere driver for Asla Owusu. Asla Owusu is the communications minister. Wait, na oye Asla Owusu driver. I'm now going to show you, Mr. Sanko, for you when you see them. So I do phone pain. Waba ufie. I will show you a software romufia ako bag omufie. So akwa we aba wa sorry fie da. Waba ufie da. Waba bejo computer. Wajo phone so ya there. They are listening to your call. They are taking every info from you. They will come after you. His name is Benjamin Ansa. Benjamin Ansa. Now oye Asla Owusu driver kekewu. This guy used to just drive Asla Owusu. Onye ni pebiao. Now oye driver. Now see what happened. Now do you know, say, as we speak, this criminal, he is the head of security judicial services. Oba judicial services organ in our the head of security. Tie. And the Ghana. Oba Ghana judicial services, judges for lawyers for people who work in the judiciary, the clerks near there. He is the head of security, judicial service, security. Only handle security. This guy. Intimikacho say, it is through this guy no ma bag judges nina. Judges nina omo phones nina. Now, there's something interesting. Now, you know this boy, Asla Owusu and Jubilee House, they tried everything possible to get this guy into the Ghana Law School. He tried a couple of times. He failed. This guy. And in the boy, they don't allow. You know why? Now, Ghana Law School, during the exams, he was in charge of examination body in charge of the security. Could you believe that this guy, he was the person who basically entered the system and stole the questions and was selling the questions. Make sure the reason why Oba Ghana Law School, they sacked him. Why they did not pass him. This guy, he implicated 3 policemen at the Ghana Law School. Odi sa bon ni wie no na or implicate police for no and as police for no problem. Now the funny thing is, later they did the investigations. Don't be say this guy called Benjamin Ansa, he was the one who stole the questions because he had access. He was able to get into the computers of the Ghana Law School. And later don't be say he is close to Asla Owusu. He used to be Asla Owusu's driver. No? What they did was that they sacked him. They questioned him on it. There's a report there. So he was sacked from the Ghana Law School. This guy, they were pushing Enin Yabua, the former CJ, to make him go through. But Enin Yabua said no, because the guy is so weak-minded to be able to be pushed through the Ghana Law School. So several times, he could not make it to Ghana Law School. But that incident, because he is in charge. Today, when you go to the judicial services, ordinary the head of security, Monko at the background wing. This boy, we have been able to locate houses that he's bought in America. He has a wife, also a doctor, our twins. We have been able to locate all these things. Our two twins. Go to the Facebook page of Bibian Tour, because he is hurting people. This boy is murdering people because he has been given power. He was just a mere driver. Or instructing this guy. He's just a mere driver. And then he is the head of security, judicial services. Now, I mentioned damage and Akuffo here. We have documented, you see, the agenda right now they have, these boys, Akwa especially. He has the plan to say, before the elections, or the twins in the Beba Krumha, and that they are prepared, if election does not go the way it should go, they will flee the country. We are waiting. After the damage they have done, kidnapping people, going into people's blackmailing judges, blackmailing men of God. Mebodin, Pastor and a friend Lawrence Tetero, Akwa women Akuffo no bargain. Lawrence Tete, they entered his phone, they entered his home, they put cameras in his home. Lawrence Tete, these people, that is what they did to him. They were able to get a boy to go and marry Lawrence Tete's daughter. That boy, I'll talk about him. He's not a PhD holder. He lied to them that he's a PhD holder. That is another criminal. I will do his story for you to hear. And you can put there one thing. These people, do you know the number of people, they are listening to their calls and installed cameras in their homes? Now, there's something happening at the judiciary. Interestingly, when Madam Tokonu took over from Madam Tokonu basically decided to bring this boy closer. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice. I have everybody's number. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice. I can give you the phone number of, I can just give you the phone number of the Chief Justice of Head. And all the people these guys have bagged, Chief Justice, the last number A52. The last number A52. That is the number of the Chief Justice. These people, all the judges in Ghana, they have bagged them. And then sometimes we say, now then you go Supreme Court, it is like Sebio, your judges, all my toys. They all are doing one thing. Now the most interesting thing is, when Chief Justice Tokonu came into office, she did something. Let me tell you, the reason why Yoni Kolendi was not made a Chief Justice over Tokonu was because these boys bugged him and they threatened him. See, Justice Doche, the former Justice Doche, he masterminded it. Yoni Kolendi was not given the CJ job because these boys, they tapped into his phones. These boys, they bugged this man. It was former Supreme Court Judge, Mr. Doche, this man. Come. And we all know Doche, yeah. Doche was the one who made sure, because Doche was expecting Akuffo to make him CJ. Akuffo was started here, Doche led it. Opuni case about review, Doche was the one who led it. That time, Nona Enin Yabua was in South Africa. It was Doche who brought in another judge to change the review against Opuni. Doche was the same person. The Attorney General went to meet in his office privately. Me catch them Mohana, a copy of Supreme Court, Midi copy hono. It was just Doche. So he was working for Akuffo, working with Attorney General Godfrey Dame to make sure that he becomes the CJ because Naka criminal retire. Akuffo Efre Yoni Kulendi because Yoni Kulendi is from Akuffo's law firm or one of his boys. And we all knew, say, Yoni Kulendi could have been the CJ. Now, this is what happened. Dochemo, through some judicial services workers, they came together and they did what they bagged Kulendi. This boy called Ben Ansa, they have every information on Kulendi.
Yamisha so watch Jumedie no ebisia yen kasa enko achie kra no Mr. subscribe, like Jumedie no, share na ma afoforo enso ensa enkabe, and please click on the notification bell so send be the news we have to platform no so a onso wo hunu die air call ene die air ba eja ensam no eguso a etwaku K.Taylor afi na obewura ensam nim deep na ode ensam na na den aba betudwa I bet you hu bedwuru ba bi ode ensam no eba bewura ntim so ogebre na hwe ensam no ma me yenko to aso.
His phone, his laptop, his private life. This guy. But do you know what's dangerous? You see, sometimes I keep telling the Chief Justice of Ghana, Jesus Christ had everything at his disposal. When I say everything, ne papa ni nyankopon. It is ankobi bedini bone kra na ngo say Jesus Christ. Oh. But Jesus Christ so who kra ade na obeye. Sometimes we do some things, we think, say, we have fortified ourselves to the point where nobody can touch us. And we are going to help people do wrong. It is wrong. You see this lady. You see this person. Let me start from here. Her name is Jedzon. D-Z or D-Z-E D-Z-O-R-N. Jedzon. Justice Doche, former secretary. Now, CJ, new secretary. T. This lady, women are damage or judiciary. These are the people who are conniving with Ansamo. These are the people doing the damage. This girl, she used to be Justice Doche, former secretary. Today, this girl is the new secretary to CJ. You know the connection? I'll tell you. Now, you see this person, Ruth. Now, this lady, Chief Justice Office, she is now the PA to the CJ. I'll show you how this is linking, If you know what is happening in Ghana, and Bawumia picture, Napo, Parliament. Your judiciary has been hijacked. Your elections have been hijacked. Your clergy, they have been hijacked. You people have no country. There is no freedom of speech. These people have finished you. Now, this lady is called Pamela. I think a lot of people know her. Pamela Addo. I think she used to date Akuffo sometime. Now, she is the judicial secretary. There's one man called Mr. Bedu, on a HR manager. Let me tell you, all the pictures I've shown you, I am going to take my time and do extensive work and how our judiciary today does not belong to us. All names of the church now, I'm going to do an extensive job, But you see, these people I've told you, they are only effective because of this guy. These are the two guys who are making her very effective. And this guy, he kills, he kidnaps, He bugs. Yeah? You see this boy? Sir boy, get me. Where's it? This boy, his name is Jedu. These are the boys they send into people's home to install the cameras and bug their systems. This boy, his name is Jedu. Mashana me keep your picture. Send a time in you draw. You people will understand what I am doing. Way boys women use your grounds work, no. We watching baby also bono. Do you know the damage these boys have done to people in Ghana? Do you know the damage they did in 2020? The 2020 elections, these are the foolish boys the NPP used, and they are still using these boys. In fact, let me tell you, Osafuma Fobana, who is part of the IEE, because see, this guy, Kojo Osafuma, this boy, when you go into the IEEE, Omo Code of Conduct and our Code of Ethics, they have stated it clearly there. You cannot use what you have learned and the license you have to suppress any human being. And it is one thing that you don't do. It is one thing that when you have the license, you don't do. But you see what this boy is doing in Ghana? Wabesha Ghana. And they are causing a lot of damage. Master, say every big known person in Ghana, these boys, they have bugged them. And sometimes someone say, why is everybody quiet? They are not just quiet. Oh. These people are holding their balls. This guy. And you see, I'll come and show you his properties here. I'll come and show you their new project they are working on. Now, the IEEE, we are going to petition them. The IEEE, we will petition them. We have everything to prove to them that Kojo Osafumafo is not supposed to be given that license. They need to take it away from him. Now, this guy is the main problem. Now, there are people through this guy, almost kidnapping, as we speak today, they cannot see. And you see, Mahama connection, no? The BNC, the Bureau of National Communication, the National Security, the NIB, they all work. The BNC, the Judicial Services Security Department, you know, all NIB, they all work under national security. NCA, BNC, they all work under national security. It is a coordination. They work in a map. And what they are doing now, and I say, every single conversation, NDC4, more at the top of NDC. You people, more we use Samsung, more we use iPhone. You people have to be very careful. They are listening to all of you, your calls. They are getting into your phones. They have videos, photos of your personal lives. And they will win the elections with their technique. They are going to blackmail a lot of you NDC people. And it's going to be this boy and Kujo. Mamifa Kujo in the picture. It's going to be this boy and Kujo Osafumafo. Osafumafo Banono. It's going to be this boy and Kujo Osafumafo. These are the boys they are using. 2020 elections. We will not a cloning numbers. No. See, Ghana for. You see, sometimes, See, now say this is a fight for NDC. This is a fight for Kevin Taylor. We are making the biggest mistakes of our life. Okay? At this point, it's not about politics again. It's about you, your security. It's about you, your life. Every single businessman in Ghana, Owo Bibia, Nkofo ya adwene omo say, they are going to speak up. They have backed them. And intina ende ote Ghana ubian kasa. These two guys, especially this guy on my left, Ben Ansa. Akuffo kidnapping nipa election 2020 numbers ana emba. Messias, can you find that video for me? It was Paul Ademoch, Messias. He went to the NPP strong room or coalition center. He was with Anochi. Anochi was running him through the results on their screens. They got to a point where he questioned Anochi that, oh, this number, Anochi could not give answer because it was being prepared by these boys. Now, you see, the boy, thank you, Mr. S. The boy, I just showed you his picture. Oh, what he has posted on Facebook. See. You see what they post on Facebook? Let me show you. Let me show you. The boy and I'm saying Jeduno. You see what he posts on Facebook. You see? When you go on his Facebook, Cyber One Defense Communication. AI trick to get into. See, you see? These are the kind of things they do. Boy and I'm gonna say Jebina, omo planting cameras and bug and entering people's phone. You see when you go on the Facebook page, thank you, Mr. S. You see what they do? These are the kind of things they do. AI, someone can use to get into your online account. Think twice before you click. And that is what they do. That is what these boys do in Ghana. This foolish boy. Now, when you go there, you see the numbers there. Free Instagram follower. Hey, Joe, want to boost your Instagram popularity overnight? We've got a game-changing opportunity for you. Our team has developed a revolutionary tool that can increase your followers by 1,000 plus in a few minutes. It's completely safe. That is what they do. And they are using government of Ghana equipment, NCA, BNC. That is what they did 2020 elections. And till date, J-Men sent me my one single answer. Because they were cloning the numbers. They were cloning the numbers. And until they do point to be not easy, and to me my one number. Because the numbers, the figures now NDC for actual police centers, no. It do regional no man diverted about BNC. Normally about NCA, they will have to change all the numbers before they resend it. It's easy to meet now because oh, the numbers are not coming. We are waiting. Almost how much in an hour? Now NDC wants why are they coming in bulk? Because they keep the numbers, they work on all of them, and then they release them. Into a whole hour, no numbers beyond by yes, EC is still waiting for the constituencies. They have moved the numbers from the region to these boys. They move it to Benansa, they move it to Kojo Osafmafo. They work on the numbers. And EC was contradicting itself. Because the numbers that were coming from these people, they had to wait. NPP for setting up coalition center, no, it was the numbers they were getting, they were rather feeding the EC numbers. So the numbers came to from constituency to region. It came to these boys at BNC, NCA, and then they now directed to NPP Coalition Center. Now NPP Coalition Center at the EC. So the EC were taking their numbers from NPP Coalition Center. And that is the job they did. That is the job they did. Anything no busa easy for say when they win the election, want to mean control. Into no busa NPP for say, are you going to win the election? Also want to mean breaking the 8. Also want to mean say we will win the election by this margin. But they be also we will win the election by using some technique. This is what they want to use. And this is the highest form of treason. The highest. Abroche unwe biem. The people's will. These boys are using our own tools to use it against us. Because the will of the people, these people are sitting in office and changing the will of the people. Mr. S, did you find it? Mr. S, did you get me a video? Let me see if you got me a video. Oh, the Jedu guy there, they'll take care of him. Jedu. Oh, he will suffer the consequences. Jedu, Kojo, and especially Ansa, Bernard Ansa, Benjamin Ansa, on the guy who commits all the crime. Benjamin Ansa, he was Asler's driver. All right, Mr. S is getting me the video. In Ghana 4. Okay, Mr. S, thank you. Mr. S, I one of the team members sent it to me. Thank you, Koto. So, Monshe, during the elections, I thought I'm sure what happened. How they were giving the NPP numbers to give to the EC. I'm sure. And it's the Bawumia said we will win the election with that. Samia Uku Samia Uku knows. Paul Adomotre. That is why today they don't have any message. They don't care because they are going to use these boys. Now, listen. I'm sure idea. Oh, time na omu movie numbers na omu clone no. And na anoche se Paul Adomotre mbra. Now muntie conversation no. Obusa the question is na numbers where then amunyaye muntie. I'm telling you. I'm showing you the facts.
All right, and then you see
okay.
Right, and you see NDC is what 51,403. They have
52. This is presidential.
Presidential.
Okay, and Nana Akuffo has 46.
Yes, 46.
So President Mahama wins that.
Wins that.
Where's the parliamentary?
Now again, there's a big challenge with all this with parliamentary because parliamentaries are very local, right? And typically the PCs manage that.
The parliamentary candidates.
Yes. So oftentimes it's difficult to get our parliamentary numbers. A good number of PhDs for the parliamentary analysis.
So when the Electoral Commissioner said Parliament Techiman South is being disputed, she's talking about parliamentary or presidential, or we don't know?
No, I believe that there is a police station also that they have issues.
They have issues. Okay,
yes.
So these figures we have here, John Mahama has Techiman South.
Yes.
It's gone to him.
Yes.
Under your analysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The NPP held a press conference recently. They talked about Bandai.
Numbers. A good number of PhDs for the parliamentary analysis.
So when the Electoral Commissioner said Parliament Techiman South is being disputed, she's talking about parliamentary or presidential, or we don't know?
No, I believe that there is a police station also that they have issues.
They have issues. Okay.
Yes.
So these figures we have here, John Mahama has Techiman South.
Yes.
It's gone to him.
Yes.
Under your analysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The NPP held a press conference recently. They talked about Bandai Constitution.
You see, you cannot tell me it's when you're presidential, when you're parliamentary. That's what they did. So what they did was that every time the numbers came in, they will give a flash number, and then these boys will sit at BNC, NCA, they clone the numbers. Now, what happens in the say at the point once they see easy for numbers to be by. And later before election 2020, Kojo Akroma through NCA released a statement that no media house has the right to release any number. Okay, Mr. S, pull that document for me, if you can find it. Also, before election 2020, the NCA, which is headed by Anoche, who is the boss of Kojo and Benjamin Ansa, they came out the day before the elections. They released a statement through Nkrumah that no media house has the right to release even provisional results. What were they doing? They wanted their people to release the results to the media houses. So through Ben Kojo Ansa or Safumafo, let me put their pictures on the screen. Between these guys, what they did was that the numbers that came in, Nkrumah knows this. He knows this very, very well. Anytime I remember NDC for especially Omane Boama, and if you quite their target is you people. When they get in your phone, you people are done. You cannot even speak before elections. All the NPP executives, NDC executives, that's what they want to do. They are sitting back and they already have shit on some of you. They already do. They already do. They are going to come, they are going to send it to you and say, if you say thing, you are done. And you will see, say close to elections, I'm on phone to me in Kasa. These are the boys they use. So they clone the results. And when they clone the results, the NCA waits. The EC waits. Bossman Asari knows about these people. Mr. S. Mr. S, you got me. Okay, let me show you this. My team said member video way. I think the longer version of what I just showed you. Now let me see if that is it. Make sure they see election, no?
All right, and then you
see okay.
Right, and you see NDC is what 51,403.
They
have
52. This is presidential. Okay, and Nana Akuffo has 46.
Yes, 46.
So President Mahama wins that. Where's the parliamentary?
Now, again, there's a big challenge with all this with parliamentary, because parliamentaries are very local, right? And typically the PCs manage that.
The parliamentary candidates.
Yes. So oftentimes it's difficult to get our parliamentary numbers. A good number of PhDs for the parliamentary analysis.
So when the Electoral Commissioner said Parliament Techiman South is being disputed, is she talking about parliamentary or presidential, or we don't know?
No, I believe that there is a police station also that they have issues.
They have issues. Okay, yes. So these figures we have here, John Mahama has Techiman South.
Yes.
It's gone to him.
Yes.
Under your analysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The NPP held a press conference recently.
You say you're collating results from one polling station. How come you have only presidential and you don't have parliamentary? Now he's saying that parliamentary is local. How local is it? Because you're Tuabano. How local is parliamentary? Election, a polling station back with Tuabano. Why are you telling me say Onsaka presidential, Onsaka parliamentary? They were struggling with the parliamentary. All that they wanted to do was that they wanted to project to say Nana Addo Akufo has won the presidential. Omuwia no makobotu to fight for the seats for the parliamentary. Into study their concentration was in 2020 was to let Ghanaians believe Akufo will win. Now when they are done with that, because after they do that cloning, the moment you win presidential, Omeka say parliamentary we can suppress it. In the moment the two systems Akufo is leading presidential now, and they got to know say they are struggling with parliamentary. And then Techima Kobo 2, and Abisi constituency Wokobo 2, and then almost started say Afe, they needed to claw back the numbers that they didn't have to make their numbers. This Anoche guy, he is the one that is using these boys to do this. And you know the funny thing, these are people who are working for us. So we are the ones paying them. Now, for about 2 years, so what year? There be a NPP for NPP will win with 50.8. And I will study here, won't you? Every day, now a allotajo comes, Akwan Hufin, or Okedi. There be for 2 years now, from 2022, every single day, they are going to win with 50.8. Now, I must say we need parliamentary 142 seats. They know. They want to clone it. And these are the boys they are going to use. So, they have already mapped it down. And they have mapped all constituency down. They know the numbers will be feeding easy. And they are using NCA, they are using BNC, they are all working under national security, they are coordinating. And then they would hear MP before, we will win with 50.8. Who makes that number? Who actually comes up with such a number? And then he will tell you, say, we will win 142 parliament. They know, they will clone the numbers. And if we want people to go after, the people who are doing this damage, these two people, they don't deserve to live amongst us. Jedudi, we will handle him. Ghana's elections, your problem, your democracy, these are the boys. Almost say democracy. The reason why our democracy is struggling today is because of these boys. Don't take this lightly. They are still working. And it's an MP before to mean country, almost what I'm saying, they win. Samia Uku works with these people. Samia Uku, Kojo Akroma, they are the ones telling them, say, relax, man, this is 1 year campaign, we will clone the numbers again. Because they are the ones who handle the internet. They will shut it down, they will slow it down. Every county, it will go to regional. From regional, it will not come to EC, never. From constituency, it will go to regional. From regional, it will come to these people. Kojo, Ben, any they are not Chimono, they are the ones who are going to clone the numbers and give you the numbers pay. How do we work towards this? How do we change this? we need to take the issues. Today, more judges into me in Kasa. Can tell you about 70% of judges in Ghana, judgment omu will. My judgment, they don't know what to do. Because one must have judgment in the way in Akuffo we power. Everything that will enter the Supreme Court, it will be unanimous. The Chief Justice knows these guys. Madam Tokonu knows these boys. She knows them. This guy Benjamin on my left is the head of Judicial Security. Madam Tokonu knows him personally. And when a judge calls you and is crying on phone, judge Frono Osun phone, so it's tough, man. Say a judge, on your lower court judge, a judge or top, a Frona or Kasa or Fosna Osua, you know how the damage, how people, what a Juma, you know. All because of these boys. I saw from Penifo and they are all watching me tonight. They all know. Peace Council. Then every famous pastor you know in Ghana, they know. Why? Why should we do this to this country? Why should we do this? Why should I allow these people to be walking on the streets of Ghana? Who are these people? Ghana folks should forget about the judiciary. There's no justice there. I'm telling you. The Ghana government and they're running the judiciary. This boy Benjamin, I'll come and show you the wife picture. I'll come and show you investment. That's what I'm telling you. Say we have gotten whatever we want. The IEEE, we are petitioning them. Kojo Osafumafu, Yao Osafumafu by Sh0ck, his license needs to be taken away from him. These boys have to serve jail time. They have to. They have to serve jail time. They need to go to jail. They have committed a lot of pain. They have inflicted a lot of pain on people.
Nyame hwa as wahwe dwumadie no besi esemre onka wona onkyere wahwem na onya wo kese na se wahwe dwumadie no ba bedru esemre no onka wo na da bia no giyetum na hwe dwumadie no efamai enti ene no dwumadie no ye de besia de da yekoso ya ne pitiri mesremo afi ya abato afi ahaya na abenya nsempa no aide etie na wonya news papa na aide etie for you to make a decision ahead of 2024 elections no makramo bye bye.